Golden Week 2. Yay! I cannot believe this. I actually committed to something. I actually committed to doing a weekly podcast. Bear in mind, it's only week 2, but that shows commitment. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of me. I am so proud of me. I actually committed. So, bit of a busy week this week. What with the snow and then no snow. And then threats of loads of snow. And I swear I read somewhere there's be like a heat wave or some kind of heat or warmth coming next week. I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know. So, yes, it's Shorty, aka the unknown customer. And like I said, we're in week 2. I'm so proud I committed. Seriously, I'm so shocked. Anyway, so what's been happening with me this week? Okay. So, not after I finished my first podcast and last week and everything, my Wi-Fi stopped working. Now, I'm talking about, when you're watch everything from your laptop. So everything is dedicated to your laptop. So it's not like your phone where you can use data if if there's no Wi-Fi. I'm talking about I couldn't watch anything from my laptop all night. And I was scared. Because it was just, I felt lost. I was just like, no. This can't be happening. So I think I listened to my little MP3 player. Yeah, because that soothed me down. So I was listening to music and everything until eventually I fell asleep. But it was playing on my mind, like when I woke up the next morning, I thought, okay, I might have just dreamt that, or it must have been, I don't know, whatever. So I turned my laptop on, tried to go on the internet. The Wi-Fi signal wasn't there on that right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner. And I thought, oh, that's all I need. Now I need to call up technical support. Ugh. So, called up technical support. And funny enough, I only had to wait for about 10 minutes, which is very good. Because I think last time I called up technical support was yonks ago. I think like the waiting time was 45 minutes, an hour, probably 2 days, a week. I don't know. I can't remember, but I remember it was very long. So I had this lady who was providing me with technical support over the telephone. And, English wasn't her first language. I feel so bad when I say that, but it wasn't. I think she was she was European, but English wasn't her first language. But at the same time, her English was very good. But, you can sort of tell in a twang, like when people talk. So anyway, what happened was, I explained to her, I said, look, I don't have Wi-Fi and I need Wi-Fi. And she asked me various questions and check this, check that. And I was like, I've done all that. I come from an IT background. Not only that, if I find problems, I'll look up on forums and stuff. Because at the end of the day, calling up technical support is not really my 999 call. Because of that whole long waiting time, having to explain things. For me to call up technical support, that means that's my last resort. So after about an hour, 15 minutes of her repeating everything I was saying, so to make it sound like she was making sure she understood what I was saying, because I realised, hang on a minute, she hasn't told me to press this or take out this cable or anything like that, like after about an hour. That's when she said to me, oh, turn off your router and turn it back on. And I was like, geez, that's the first rule everybody knows anyway. You know, if you're of a certain age or whatever, you'll always know that if something goes wrong, you turn it off, you turn it back on again. 5 times out of 10, it will work. But she told me to do that, and I said to her, I've done that 100 times already. Last night, this morning, whilst you've been talking, all that kind of stuff. And she was like, yes, but I'm trying to make sure that we cover all the grounds. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll do what you say. So I rebooted the router, rebooted my laptop. I took out this cable, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fast forward. So then I think she could tell I was getting a bit irritable. But I was really, really, really trying to keep my cool, because to me it's like this woman's life, literally. No, my life, I mean, not her life, my life is literally in her hands, because I need Wi-Fi. She has the golden key. So I can't piss her off, because if she wanted to, I'm sure she could press a button and just make sure my Wi-Fi never works. You know, like the guy who did the Twitter thing to Donald Trump a few weeks ago. To me, I was like, you know what? Don't be a bitch. Just bite your bottom lip and just do as she says, which I totally did. So when all her little test instructions telling me what to do didn't work, and I knew it wouldn't work, but I didn't want to patronize her again, she then said to me, I don't know why it's not working. By the way, that's not how she spoke. I'm just doing the accent because I just chose that one. It just came out my mouth. She was like, I don't know why it's not working. And I was like, well, I don't know either. That's why I've called you. And I said to her, is there a person in the second line support I can speak to? Because she did keep putting me on hold a lot. And she goes, no, I know how to fix the Wi-Fi. That's what I get paid for. So I thought, bitch wants to fight with me over the phone. So I was like, okay, if you're saying that you get paid to fix it and that's your job, why have we spent, almost over an hour and a half by this time on the phone, and we haven't even progressed one bit? And then she said to me, do you have any children in the house? And I was like, and you know, the funny thing is, I did look around. There are no kids in the house. But because she said that, I actually questioned if there were kids in the house. Because she said it so, I don't know, it just came out the blue. So I actually did look sort of like left and right. My eyes did sort of roll like, are there any kids? Are there any kids? And I said to her, I was like, no, why? And then she said to me, usually kids know computers better than older people. And when she said that, I paused for like how I'm pausing now. I'm still in shock. And then I said to her, I said, listen, you know what? Your comment has offended me. Your question has offended me. Like if I said to you, is there someone that speaks fluent English? And then she said to me, fluent, what does that mean? And I said to her, exactly my point. Exactly my point. And I think that's that point. That's the point where she realised that she had said something that she shouldn't have said to me. Me being a customer or whatever. But to be honest, I wasn't offended. I think I was more shocked by that question than anything else. Because to me, it's like, well, you don't know who I am. You know, yes, she hasn't seen my CV. Remember I said I've got a stutter. It's a family stutter. So that's I just stuttered just then. Yeah, she hasn't seen my CV. And I have worked in an IT background. And I do know about computers. Okay, I can't fix a Wi-Fi when the Wi-Fi goes down, but I can troubleshoot as much as probably most people can. But her questioning, I thought, wow, you're lucky you had me on the phone, because I think someone else probably would have kicked off, complained, all that kind of stuff, sold their story, all that hullabaloo, and ended up getting, I don't know, free Wi-Fi for like, I don't know, 6 months or whatever. But I just thought to myself, you know what? I wonder if the head or the owner of this company was to hear one of their workers asking a question like that. Because I actually found that quite shocking, to be honest. Yes, my response, I wouldn't say it was racist. She was being honest. I was being honest. I do still believe to this day, if she was fluent, that problem would have been fixed. And my point was proven, because when I hung up on her eventually, because we weren't getting anywhere, the person that answered was somebody, lovely Linda from Scotland somewhere. And she managed to fix my problems with a few clicks, few changing channels of something. I don't know what the hell was going on. And got a strong Wi-Fi signal, stronger than ever. And I was so grateful for Linda, and we got on so well. We did the whole banter thing, and I told her what happened in my last conversation. She was so disgusted and everything. And with Linda, I said to her, Linda, you've just been amazing. You've just saved my life. You just saved my future. I mean, to have no Wi-Fi, the fear that was within me. I mean, it's like, I need to watch my Netflix. I need to be able to watch things on the internet. I need to be able to surf the internet. You know, even if I don't need the internet or I'm not using my laptop, I still need to know I've got access to the internet. I need Wi-Fi. And she laughed. She goes, I totally understand. And I said, I don't think you do, because I didn't realize how much my life depends on being, like, having access to the internet. Until that moment, you know, it was literally like, I don't know, but I hope none of you go through what I went through, but it was a scary moment. And then at the end of the conversation, I said to Linda, before you put me through to your manager, I want to speak to your manager. I just want to say, if I was to be able to send you something, because you're in Scotland, do you want a hot water bottle or electric blanket? And she was pissing herself laughing. She was literally crying on the phone. She was like, I've never heard anyone say that to me, because that is the most funniest thing ever. So anyway, I spoke to the manager, told the manager about how amazing Linda was, because I think it's important that if you do get very good, if somebody does give you a good customer service, that makes you feel good and makes you feel you are valued, because at the end of the day, we are paying for a service. And if you do get that one person who does an amazing job, don't just say goodbye. Speak to their manager and say to the manager, this person was amazing, this person was wonderful. Oh, by the way, listen to my previous call where somebody asked me if I had children. WTF. Moving on. So, my last podcast, when I told you about the restaurant, about the... do you remember about do you want the fries or whatever, salad first or whatever? So I was walking past the restaurant the other day, and I just sort of like went on tiptoe, because I'm very short, because I can't see at normal level, like my feet are flat on the ground. I can't see into the restaurant. I have to sort of really tiptoe, like proper ballerina style, and then hoist myself up like a little hiccup up. And guess who's still employed? That wretched girl. You know what? I just shook my head as I was walking past, and I thought, you know what? Some people are so lucky. Some people are just lucky. I don't know if you're born lucky or whatever, but I just thought, you know what? Damn. And that's all I can say on that point, because I'm still in shock. So, yeah, let's go back up about the snow. So the snow. Well, Miss Thing here, when I heard that it was going to snow, every time they always threaten snow, I always do the same thing. I'll rush to the shops, get my groceries, get everything that I need. You know, even though sometimes it's a lie and it doesn't snow at all. But this time round, I just had this feeling. So I literally bought everything. It was like as if I was in World War II. Was it World War II? Yeah. And in a bunker or something. I stocked up on everything. Everything. Even things I don't like or don't eat or don't drink. I stocked up because you never know. So it snowed. Yeah, great. Wonderful. Everyone's putting pictures on Facebook. Yep, it's just snow. And anyway, next day I look out the window and I could see sludge and stuff. So I thought, okay, it was meant to snow the second time, but I didn't think it snowed the second day. And I thought, okay, but I'm still not going to go out because with me and snow, this is my relationship with snow. We have the window between us. So it's me, window or wall, and then snow. We are never together. It's like a long distance relationship, but you've got a thing in it blocking you. Because I tell you what, when it snows, and I'm more likely to fall more than most people because I don't know how to walk in the snow. And I don't fall gracefully. I don't fall like a woman should, like a swan or a peacock with her feathers. I just drop. And I'm talking about just drop. Like legs everywhere. You know, you'll see everything. If you ever saw me fall in the snow, you'd see everything. Everything. I'm exposing everything. So I don't tend to go out in the snow. But I do love to look out the window and see other people falling or to see cars skidding and everything. It's exciting. So anyways, so day 2, it wasn't, the snow wasn't on the road or anything like that. It was just little sludges between the pavement and the road. And I was not in the mood to cook. And I thought, okay, let me order some food, you know, let me treat myself and order some food. So went onto my little Deliveroo app, you know, tapped it in, everything. And there were like, no drivers available. Sorry, try again later. So I just kept pressing and just hoping there was going to be a miracle. And it will just say, oh, yeah, well, there's a driver near you. Pressing, nothing happened. So I was like, oh, okay, then fine. So I thought, let me go for a pizza. I wasn't in the mood for pizza, but it's just the principle. Because I want to get a delivery. It's in my head. I have to have a delivery. So I open up my Domino Pizza app. Yeah, I'm dropping names, but I'm not sponsored by any of these people. And again, sorry, we're not taking any online orders. And I was like, but it's not even skiddy outside. So what? You got no workers at all? Like, I don't get it. And I was so pissed off that day because I had to cook. But it wasn't so bad because I got that instant mash thing where you just add water and I put in a bit of like a Dairy Lee sliced triangle inside and whisk it. And then I had a bit of chicken from the day before. So I did eat, but it was just like I wanted the Deliveroo. Like I wanted to have a nicer meal rather than just having yesterday's food and instant mash. But anyway, I couldn't complain. You know, fair enough. One bit of snowflake, everyone has a meltdown. So I went to Winter Wonderland the other day. I went last year for the first time, and I remember there was no queue to get in. It was just like straight in. But when I went the other day, there was like a queue. But I'm the best pusher-inner. No one could push in a queue like me. I am excellent. I even lost my friend who I was with. I was literally, I mean, I don't play chess, but I was making the moves of the queen. I don't know, queen, king, pawn, I don't know, whatever. We'll say queen for now. I was making moves like a queen. I was literally like, shuffle to the left, to the right, forward. Like, it was so good. It was so good. And, so I was literally just there, coming up to the security table for them to look into my bag and throw away my bottle of water. And my friend was way back. So I had to kind of like, oh, gosh, here we go. So anyways, it was my turn to have to go in. And they said to me, open up your bag. And the weird thing it was, and this also happened in Leicester Square Christmas market. They told me to open my bag. So I opened my bag. And they just quickly shoved a torch, like a zoop. And they're like, okay, you can go. No diving into my bag or anything like that. I mean, she did throw away my bottle of water because apparently you can't go there with a bottle that's already open. It has to be an unopened bottle. But yeah, so when she says, yep, you can go. So I stood there waiting for my friend to finally eventually get through the queue. And I was standing there thinking, well, what was the point? Why don't you just not, like, look in people's bags? Like, is this just to make it look like, oh, we are so into our security checks, especially at Winter Wonderland, but you only know the real truth when you're actually at Winter Wonderland because they don't really check your bag. And even when my friend eventually came through, which for like 2 hours, and I was like, they check your bag? And he was like, not really, because he had a rucksack, right? He had a rucksack. And he literally just opened up the zip at the top, and they just flashed a torch like a little zip, and they were like, yep, go through. And there were no metal detectors. So I don't know. But to me, I just thought that I don't feel like anything could have happened at Winter Wonderland. Anything could have happened. I'm not talking about terrorism, but even anyone could have been with a knife or acid. What is all that about? It was just a real vulnerable thing, But yeah, so Winter Wonderland, yeah, great, but I can't go on those rides. I just think, looking at people going on those rides, like the ones that you go right to the top and then you like stay there for a while and you drop, I just think to myself, you don't value your life. Maybe you've been there, done that, even though you look like you're 13. But you know what? There's so much to look forward to in life. You've got to experience things, and you must really hate your life. Like, I just couldn't understand it. I just could not. Looking at that, I was just like, no. Anyway, but it did look fun. But there was less vomit, because I got a phobia of vomit. And I always, like, fairgrounds or whatever, I always look on the floor. For some reason, I always look for the vomit, even though I've got a phobia of it. Don't ask why. And literally, there was not much vomit. I'd have thought there would have been vomit galore, because there were so many food stands, alcohol being served, and then these weird rides. But no, there wasn't anything. But yeah, let's talk about the food stalls now. So we were feeling peckish, and even I said to my friend, because it was their first time going to Winter Wonderland, I was like, you know what? It's best to eat outside of Winter Wonderland because it's really expensive when you go in. But the thing is, by the time we did eat beforehand, well beforehand, but by the time we got there, the food and all that kind of stuff kind of makes you hungry. No, it's not. You weren't really hungry. You're just greedy. So we got some food and everything, and I got this pork in a bun, and he got something else from another stand. And it's really weird because, like, the hot dog was like £5. My pork thing was like £7. And, you're paying something that is really expensive, but probably they bought it really dirt cheap. But the workers, the ones that are at the foodie bit, like cooking your hot dogs and flipping them, and, they were so grumpy. So grumpy. And it's kind of like, I know you're probably tired. I know you're probably pissed off at, working all day today or whatever. But that's not my problem. I didn't tell you to get that job. You know, if I'm paying you money, whether it's £1 or £7 for a pork burger, at least do it with a bit of a smile, with at least a bit of appreciation, that the fact that there are people actually buying your product, because if no one was buying from it, you know, you lot might be in trouble or something. But I guess it's Winter Wonderland, so anyone can be grumpy when you work there, right? I guess so. Because even at some of the places, when we were going to some of the rides, like the Haunted Mansion ride, again, people in those booths, really grumpy. The ones in the totes, get your tokens, grumpy. But I guess at the end of the day, they can afford to be grumpy because they're only seasonal. And they know that you need them more than they need you. Whatever. Anyway, that's confused me, that last bit. So, I was in Wilco's the other day. And I needed to buy some washing up liquid. So I'd run out. The thing is, I saw the bottle like finishing. And I kept saying, oh, get washing up liquid. But I just kept forgetting. But I saw it decreasing because I'm one of those people, I don't like to run out. Like even toilet paper. To me, I've got to have at least 5 rolls. When there's 5 rolls left, to me, that's like, oh shit, there's no toilet paper. That's the panic mode I go into. So when there's 5 left, I rush out, go and get some more toilet paper. But there has to be a minimum of 5 rolls left, because I've been caught short before and it wasn't great. So yeah, 5. So with the washing up liquid, I was like, okay, let me go to Wilco's. And I was walking to Wilco's, I kept thinking, oh, it's going to be a nightmare in there. Approaching Wilco's, looking through the window, and it was heaving with people. And I just thought, this is why I hate Christmas. I just don't like the crowds. I don't like the Christmas tunes. I don't like the Christmas decorations. I don't like Santa. I don't like, everything pisses me off. I don't like noise, you know, noise, not physical noise, like bing, noise as in your eyes are darting everywhere. So anyway, so went into Wilco's, got my washing up liquid, and now I'm going towards the queue. And you know, as you're approaching the queue, you try to assess, like, which queue's the shortest. Then when you've clocked that, you've got to quickly look into people's baskets or trolleys and see who's got the many products. And, you know, because sometimes people could use a trolley, but they could only have like 5 massive items, which is better than someone with a basket, which has got like 1 million items. So you had to do all this concentration and walk at the same time, and also know where to queue. So you only queue once rather than queue hopping. So with the queue, it was long, and I hate queuing. Really hate queuing. Even Winter Wonderland, I hate queuing. And the thing I noticed was that there were like 3 empty tills, as in no one was manning the tills. 3. And I thought, okay, can't management just open up these 3 tills? But then I suppose if they do, if you are walking past Wilco's, you wouldn't think they're as busy as they are. So I thought, good tactic. But it's crap if you're the one in the damn queue. Anyway, that's it for this week. Hopefully my commitment will still follow for next week. And you can follow us on you can follow me on SoundCloud, Stitcher now. Yep, we're on Stitcher. Look out for I'm Just Your Customer. And like I said, I am just an average person. I don't work for any company. I'm not sponsored by anyone. So my podcasts are completely raw. I don't do take ones, take twos, or let's edit this bit out, let's shuffle it about. Everything is completely raw. So that's why you got to deal with my and sometimes you might hear, because I live in a bit of a town centre, so sometimes you might hear like a police car or an ambulance ninoing past or whatever. So just bear with me. This podcast is literally just for people to hear about my journeys as being a customer, the customer experiences, and also for companies to sort of learn and hear from a customer perspective. Anyway, I'll speak to you next week. Bye.